I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall repeat over and over again. Oh, I'm barely breathing and breathing to that ground. But each and every time we all stand up, stop like to yourself and be true to yourself, and that might be we forget exist destiny. So let's jam it out. You will feel love, but not like by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall repeat over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day whisper like flowers in the sky. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I, let's fly the souls that we're together. Can't feel my heartbeat, so take my hand to new tomorrow. The heart that can let it be, you give me strength and keep me brave. To darkness, darkness, let's forget all in love. Sparks just like Hibana. Come, light up like Hibana. I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
We have to stop Sir Kelzelik.
Don't you think it's about time you dropped the sir?
He always treated us Danans with such warmth and kindness. Did he have such bad intentions all along? I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Forget about intentions. We should assume he's the one who's behind all these incidents. It's not surprising to me that there are Renans in Menancia who resent Dohalim, but I didn't expect one would be so close to him.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I guess all of us here in Menancia are still some way off from being a truly united realm, aren't we?
Are you going to be okay, Kisara?
I don't know, but I definitely don't want things to end like this. Please, lend me your strength.
Of course. Anyone who tries to oppress others is our enemy, and we'll gladly stand against them. Besides, I want to believe that this realm really can do better too. I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure about that? From what I hear, that thing can stop even a cannonball.
On second thought, let's see if there's a release mechanism somewhere.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Fight the one, eh? Rising River!
Eat this! Falling sword!
Dragon form!
No shield can stand up to these fists!
On my lord!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just
astral
sit
arts?
still?
That's my cue!
Where are you going?
Shut him down!
I'll carry you out! Split it open!
Be my guest!
Leave the chargers to me!
We're not finished!
Do it! Quick does it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help.
You're wide open!
Rising River! We did it!
A raging storm!
Tiger Blade!
Tear you apart!
Straight Alpha!
First strike!
Glaive! Falling sword!
I can carve through armor!
My shield!
Tiger Blade!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Gotta break through! Now you'll learn!
Look sharp! Not on my watch! picked the
wrong target!
You really don't care what you're doing. Take it down!
Tiger Blade! A freezing sunshine! Spin! Tiger Blade! Good game! Lightning! Steel! I'm out of field!
Rising
I never miss!
Not today!
Pieces! Attack time!
Demon Prey! Finish it!
Tiger Blade!
Chikara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble... What?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
I'll do my best!
I see one here! Destruction!
A freezing storm going
Out
in!
of the way!
First strike! Oh,
You think that shield will save you?
I'm on it! Water! Here's my
Its
turtle!
armor's too strong!
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
There you are! I'm on a roll now! I'm on it! None shall play you! I'll tear you up! Tiger Blade! Do it! That's my shield!
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Everyone hanging in there?
No backing down! Armor won't save you! Here's burning water! A showdown between blade and fist! Primed and ready! I'm on it! Where are you going? I'll end you! I'll tear you apart! Astral energy!
Say no more! All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
I'll do my best!
Now you'll learn!
Do it! Tiger Blade!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Out of my way! Bring him down! Piercing hit! I'm the true demonstrator around here. Engaging! Water Snake Wing! Rolling down! Support! Tiger Blade! Fall back! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Listen!
This one's mine!
First strike! I'll end you!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Read your words like a book! Bring him down! Fire support!
It's almost too strong! Be my guest!
Support! I'm on mission! Put you through! Falling storm! Eat that! Eat this! You're done! Just like this! You're done! Tiger Blade! I'm on it! Annihilation! Heal! Flame of falling storm!
Flaming thrust!
This one's mine! Tiger Blade! Healing circle! Dazzling spin! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Tiger Blade! This one's mine!
Sonic Strike! I'll tear you apart! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I can feel my power growing!
I wonder if we can use this.
So what is Mahag Sar exactly?
One of the 5 realms of Dana. From the sound of it, Kelzelik had some dealings with them.
I'll smash you!
I won't show you any mercy!
Bring him down! Here it comes! Sonic Throw! Follow this!
He's going in.
Sliver Dragon!
Flare Tornado!
I missed him!
There!
Look shot!
Rising one! How about
I'll
this?
end you!
Don't get careless. Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
Gotta break through!
Bring him down!
Not today!
Tiger Blade! It's weakened!
What's the ranged attack?
Mission!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Look, another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Here's the evil! Then freaking
Take down their defenses!
Now you burn!
Burn in hell!
Tiger Blade! Hear my call!
Here I come!
Far enough! We're not finished!
Finish it! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! You're wide open!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil! I'll run you through! First try!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Right, here goes!
For my lord!
Rising Falcon!
Armor won't save you! My shield?
Lift off!
Eat this! You're done! We're not finished!
Here's the evil!
Glimmer Dragon! And there! There you are! Tiger Blade! I'll end you! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! One deadly strike, just as ordered!
Get lost!
Engaging!
Take this!
Freezing Storm! This one's mine!
I'm going in!
For my lord!
Eat dirt!
I'm on it! Flying freaks!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
That freaking does it! Normal blade!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Tiger Blade!
Shut him down!
I'm on it! Swallow blade! I'm on it! That freaking does it! I'll run you through! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Mega Ray! Back into the fray!
Far enough!
Make it rain!
I'm on it! Look sharp! Armor won't save you!
Sword Lane Alpha!
This one's mine!
Fire support! Eat this! Whirlwind Snap!
Take this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
That equipment should come in handy.
Even if Dahnans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget. We're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
Way!
Engaging! You're done!
So much for talking it out.
You've got the support!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
I'm on it!
An astral...
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
I'll tear you apart!
Ready!
Eat this! Azure Storm! You're done! Double Demon Fang! Strike!
Piercing
Ripping Knuckle! Rising Water! We're not finished!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave!
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool! I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave would know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the Sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel, my brother, he dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother. And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
I'm all stuck. Careful! Some kind of camouflage! Tiger!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out.
You miss all the fun. No way.
First strike! You're done!
Armor won't save you!
Eat this! Dragon Sword! You're done! Tiger Blade! I'm on it! Demon Fang! The Serpent Knuckle!
I'm ready to go.
Azure Storm!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled. I'm here!
Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! I'm on it! Serpent Knuckle! Tiger Blade!
This one's mine!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
I'm on it! This one's all mine!
Tiger Blade! Healing Circle!
I'll tear you apart! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Lunar Corruption! Lunar Blast!
Serpent Knuckle!
Tiger Blade!
I'm on it!
Dragon
Sky
Sword!
Instant!
Look sharp!
None shall escape my judgment! Here's a
We're
healing
on a
arm!
roll now!
First
I'll
aid!
tear you
Their
apart!
arts were interrupted.
Confiscated!
This one's mine.
Azure Storm! Double Demon Fang! Now! One feeling!
Take it down!
First strike!
Get up! Pieces!
Corruption!
Attack time! Watch this!
Lunar Blast!
Pierce through! Serpent Knuckle!
Going out!
I'm not done!
First aid!
Lunar Rondo!
Tiger
I'll tear
Blade!
you apart!
There! And again!
Dragon Sword!
Going in!
I'm on it! I'll run you through!
This one's mine! I never miss!
Time to shine!
I'm on Fury! You're
None
done!
shall escape my judgment!
Burn in hell!
Water Snake Wave!
First strike!
I'll end you!
Sword Blade Alpha!
I'll end you!
Serpent Knuckle!
Here's a healer!
Ultimate Fury!
One more aid!
Double Demon Fang!
Gemini Ultra!
Serpent Knuckle!
Here goes! Confiscated! Here's a healing!
strike!
Horror of blood! First
Now
aid!
you try this! Infernal Torrent!
I'll fix you up!
shark! Lightning Tiger Blade! I'm on it! Double Demon Fang! You're done!
Healing
Tiger
Blade!
Ready and rare! That's
Searing
spot!
Blade!
Power Meteor! Rolling Sonic Throw! That's enough! Tiger Blade! Double Demon Fang! Down! You're all! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Here's the evil!
Piercing Roar! Almost!
Will this help?
I'm on it! Oh, I can carve through armor!
Healing Circle!
Appreciate the help! I'll roll you through! I'm on it! You're done! Look sharp!
Here goes! This one's mine!
Watch it! Tiger Blade!
Searing Blade! I'm out of ammo! Recover!
That's the spot!
Will this help?
That freaking does it! I don't have much... I'm sure we go again! Eat this!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Tiger Blade!
Shut him down.
Rip and tear! First strike! I'll run you through!
None shall escape my
you.
judgment!
That freaking does it!
This one's mine! Reload!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Make it over! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! Going right! Watch it! Take it! First strike! Sonic Thrust! I'll tear you apart!
Nothing handle this! Here, let me help!
This isn't looking good.
Look sharp! Far enough!
There! I never miss!
Demon Fang! First strike! I'll run you through!
Here's a healing art!
Tiger Blade!
Here!
Freezing storm! I'll tear you apart! Armor won't save you!
Going in.
Ice
Take
tornado!
this!
That move.
Here comes the big one!
You make me angry. That was a bad idea.
Guardian Shield! Rolling Snap! Alright, Lunarongo! Rip and tear!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Here's a healing art!
First strike! Rising Falcon!
Guardian Shield!
Much better.
Recover!
I wasn't planning on getting annihilated today.
If you're not in it, get back. We got this.
No, I'm good. I'm in.
Recover!
Thanks, Shion.
I'll heal you all!
Sonic Thrust! Far enough! I'm on it!
Guardian
I'll run you through! Lightning Thrust!
Eat this!
Rising Falcon! Surfing Knuckle!
Let the marksman handle this!
That's enough! Surfing Knuckle! Portal Blade!
Piercing
I'm on it!
It's weakened!
Almost there! This ends now!
I never miss!
I'm on a roll now!
Ignite!
Tiger Blade! First strike! Ready and
Annihilation! Searing Blade!
I can carve through armor! Eat this! Dragon Force!
Not fury! Hear my call!
Tiger Blade!
Red!
Ready and
Here,
strike!
let me help! First aid!
I'm really... Here comes something big!
Try to dodge!
Almost!
Falling storm!
Denied! Eat this! I'll end you!
First aid!
Tiger Blade! You see what happened there as you crossed me?
You picked
Shouldn't
the
have done
wrong
that.
fight!
Eat this! I'll end you! Sonic Knuckle! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Cyan instant!
Eat this!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahag Saar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go to Mahag Saar, Ganath Harrows, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you alright with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cyslodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Lagiel?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar. The Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elder Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
I think Hootle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
crush you! You gotta just recover, okay?
Here it comes! Ha! Orochi's Fury! I'll stop it, Char!
Thanks, Kitara!
Do it! Big Blast!
Going in.
Armor won't save you! Tiger Blade! Raging Luna Storm! What you through? I'm just gonna make it rain! Hurricane Thrust! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
Get lost!
Eat this!
Corruption!
Eat this!
Lightning Orb!
Leave the charges to me! Eat this!
Oh, and here! Freeze Blade! Serpent Knuckle! With the others!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Dance in the wind!
You require a hand.
None shall escape my wrath on my watch!
First strike! I'll run you through!
Magic is there!
Double Demon Fang!
Looks like we won.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Can you Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Shell! Tiger Blade! Slut! I'm...
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
I'll face you. No further! I shall ensure you survive this!
Smash you! Dark Wind!
I'll face you!
Going in.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Can you take
Get
it?
behind me.
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Denied.
Attack and defense!
Going in.
You do everything!
In the Royal Guard, that's the job description.
Speaking of jobs, we should get to finishing this one.
Going in.
Orochi's Fury!
Can you take it?
Take it! Thunder Demon!
Everyone hanging in there?
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Ha! There we go. You've got to know when to quit. Hup. Okay, change of plans. I've got something. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work!
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
Reel it in. That was disappointing. Reel it in. I reeled us in a big one.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
All right. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
Reel it in. I'll let you go this time. There we go. I reeled us in a big one.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Ha! Could it be? Good fishers always keep their cool. All right. Dagnabbit! It got away. I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Did we really just spend that much money? Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving? Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place. Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Dragon Shell! This one's getting through!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Get behind me!
Tornado Drive!
This one's mine!
Raging Luna Storm!
Wait! How do you like being pounded into shape?
Dragon Armor won't save you!
This one's mine!
Doesn't hurt? Wait, now we'll have to do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off.
Look sharp, huh?
Here I go! Tiger Blade! Begin! No further! Glimmer Dragon!
I'm ready!
I'll face you! Begin! Oh, damn! Demon Fang! Not so fast! Demon Fang! Elusive Deity!
This one's
Tornado
mine!
Drive! Kisara! All yours, Kisara! I'm even stronger than before.
All right.
nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
You require
Time to shine!
I'll thank you. Now. Can you take it?
Tiger Blade!
In a bind?
My head!
Raging Lunar Storm!
This one's mine!
Prepare to be sealed! No further!
Tiger Blade!
Elusive deity!
Swallow Dance!
Vermont!
Hurricane Thrust!
Tornado Drive!
First strike!
All fitted to
Here
push
and
up!
now! One
Take
more!
this! No further! Can you take
Tiger
it?
Blade!
Raging Lunar Storm!
Tiger Blade!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Act to action!
Piercing
Prepare
roar!
to be sealed! Can you take it? Take it!
Do it!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a...
This should come in handy with...